Hello again, children at Montessori Center Room. I'm happy to read a book with you today, and I'm hoping that maybe afterwards you might be interested in making something. I bet you can guess what it is. This is called The Popcorn Book by Tomie dePaola. So there's two boys, they're brothers, and they say, "Mom, can we make some popcorn?" "Yes, the popcorn's in the refrigerator." "Yummy," says the other boy. Oh, and my little dog Sadie's coming for story time too. Come on, Sadie. Come on. Come on, Sadie. Come on up. There you go. Good girl. "I wonder why Mom keeps the popcorn in the refrigerator." I don't know," said the other boy. "I'll go look it up." These must be older children. I noticed that their mom is upstairs while they're downstairs. And I noticed that they are getting things out of the refrigerator by themselves. And their mom said they could make popcorn by themselves too. They must be older children. Here it is. The boy found the answer in a book. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator, so the kernels keep their moisture. Boy, this is interesting. Listen. Popcorn is the oldest of three main types of corn. There is field corn, which we feed to animals like cattle and pigs, sweet corn, which is the kind we eat, and popcorn. I can see that they're getting a big pot and a bottle that says canola oil. Now I see some illustrations of people. Popcorn was discovered by the Indian people in the Americas many thousands of years ago. One of the first sights Columbus saw in the New World was the Indians in San Salvador selling popcorn and wearing it as jewelry. So the one boy is reading about popcorn from a book, and the other boy is making it. First, I'll heat up the pan. Now, do you think it's safe for children from Montessori Center Room to make their own popcorn with a hot pan and oil? No. This is something that you would ask an adult to help you with because you're using the stove and hot burners. This is something for you to ask an adult to help you with. So, the other boy is still learning about popcorn. But popcorn is even older than that. In a bat cave in New Mexico, archaeologists found some popped corn that was 5,600 years old. That's thousands of years older than the country of the United States of America. It's really old. And 1,000-year-old popcorn kernels were found in Peru. That's in South America. And the popcorn could still be popped. Wow. It must have kept some of that moisture or tiny bits of water inside the kernels because that's what gets excited when the heat comes and what makes the popcorn pop. Now, this boy is adding the cooking oil, and the other one's still learning. The Indian people of the Americas had many different ways to pop corn. One way was to put the ear of corn directly over the fire. But many kernels were lost into the fire with this method. Does that sound like a good way to pop corn? Another way was to throw the kernels right into the fire by the handful. The popcorn popped out all over the place, so there was a lot of bending and running around to gather it up. And it probably got kind of dirty on the ground. This one says, okay, now it's hot enough to add a few kernels. So they got the burner hot, they added the oil, and they put in 1, 2, 3 kernels just to see if the oil was hot and ready. More learning. In 1612, French explorers saw some Iroquois people popping corn in clay pots. They would fill the pots with hot sand, throw in some popcorn, and stir it with a stick. When the corn was popped, it came to the top of the sand, and it was easy to get to. The Iroquois people were fond of popcorn soup. Soup? Said the one boy. The Algonquins who came to the first Thanksgiving dinner, even brought some popcorn in a deerskin pouch. So that was part of the first Thanksgiving popcorn. The colonists liked it so much that they served popped corn for breakfast with cream poured on top. So popcorn's been a part of our country and our continent for thousands of years. Today, Americans use 500 million pounds of popcorn each year. 30% of that popcorn is eaten at movies, circuses, baseball games, and county fairs. 10% is saved for seed and sold to other countries. And 60%, more than half of all popped corn that is sold, is used for popping corn right at home. And you can do this too. Oh, goody! The kernels are popping. That means the oil must be ready. Do you see those 1, 2, 3? The kernels popped. Now the oil is hot enough for the rest of the kernels to be poured in. People in the Midwest, which is where we live, Ohio is in the Midwest of the United States. The people in the Midwest buy more popcorn than any other part of the United States. Milwaukee and Minneapolis are the top popcorn eating cities, followed by Chicago and Seattle. Most of the popcorn is grown in the Midwest too. So the land where we live and the amount of water from rain and the amount of sunshine that we get in the Midwest makes it the perfect place to grow corn. And sometimes in the end of the summer, you might see lots of tall, tall plants in a field, and those are corn stalks. You can also go through a corn maze in the fall. Oh, look, the oil's ready, so he says, now I'll put more kernels in the pan and turn up the heat. Now, here's the part I read first. Popcorn is best stored in a tight jar in the refrigerator so kernels keep their moisture. If the kernels dry out, there might be some ones left at the bottom of the pan. These ones never get to pop because they don't have enough bits of water or moisture inside the kernel. If the popcorn dries out, you can add a little bit of water to the jar and shake it until it's absorbed. Popcorn pops because the middle is moist and pulpy. When the kernel is heated, the moisture begins to bubble up and steam, and when the heat gets high enough, the shell bursts with a pop. Are you sure you didn't put too much popcorn in the pan? Of course I didn't. The Indian people had a legend that inside each kernel of corn lived a little monster. When his house got heated up, he was so mad that he blew up. Do you think that's what really happens inside the kernels of corn? No. there are different kinds of popcorn. There are white, yellow, and multicolored corn. The rainbow has red, white, yellow, and blue corn kernels, and it is sometimes called calico. There's also black corn, but all of it pops white. The inside is all the same. The biggest kernels are called dynamite and snow puff. After the popcorn is popped, most people like to put butter or oil on top and some seasoning like salt. But if the salt is put into the pan before the kernels are popped, it makes the popcorn tough. So you have to wait until after they're already finished popping. Uh-oh. I think they might have put too many kernels in. What do you think? It's going all over the kitchen. I think they needed an adult's help. Help! I have a blizzard of popcorn. I knew you put too much popcorn in that pan. Okay, what do we do now? I know. The best thing about popcorn is eating it. And that's the end. So at the end of this book, if you have it, it gives you recipes for everyday corn or Friday night popcorn. And if you look on the internet, I'm sure you can also find a lot of recipes for how to make popcorn. And this is something that you can do with an adult. The Popcorn Book by Tomie dePaola. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and maybe sometime this week, whoever you're spending time with, whoever's caring for you, can help you make some popcorn. All right, take care.